All right, we're following breaking news right now out of Sacramento County. We've got a chase right here on southbound I-5 in Natomas. It is what appears to be some sort of dump truck. So we don't know too much about how long this chase has been going on, but this right here is in the Natomas area, southbound I-5, right near Arena Boulevard. You can see there isn't a whole lot of traffic ahead of or behind this particular chase at this point. But if you look, we have what, 1, 2, 3 police cruisers chasing this dump truck. Right there is the Arena Boulevard exit of I-5.
And we know that they were on southbound 99 before this, and we believe this is a sheriff's department pursuing them. But of course, other agencies may also be involved at this point. As we zoom in, we'll be able to see. And you can see that dump truck just weaved from the number 1 lane over to the number 4 lane there. Now would be approaching I-80. So we don't know if that driver is going to possibly get on I-80 or continue into downtown Sacramento. But of course, southbound I-5, there usually starts to be a lot of backup as you approach downtown Sacramento. Now they're in that number 5 lane, which is technically the slow lane, as we're looking live from Live Copter 3, and it looks like they may actually merge onto 80 as we get closer.
That's the exit they're approaching. You do see that dump truck is now approaching traffic. It is opposite commuter traffic for this time of day. A lot of people on the bottom part of your screen are leaving downtown Sacramento toward Natomas, but yes, it looks like, Lisa, as you were saying, taking this off-ramp right here, which is 80, so we're trying to figure out if he's going to go westbound or eastbound. But yeah, that traffic there stopped. The left lane there, that's what's going to merge on into eastbound 80, so it looks like he's taken that turn there to westbound 80 at this point, exiting right there.
And this driver probably doesn't realize he's headed straight for the CHP Academy. So if he takes westbound 80 into West Sacramento, yeah, we'll probably start to see other law enforcement agencies join in. This is highly unusual to see a dump truck involved in a chase. It's hard to tell the miles per hour that this driver is going, but definitely was going faster than the rest of traffic, that's for sure. And it doesn't look like there's a lot in the back of that dump truck.
So at this point, we're working to find out why they were after this particular dump truck. We don't know if this was some sort of traffic stop that they were attempting and the person took off or what, but you see that cruiser right there. Looks like it's a CHP. Yeah. Getting up closer, 1 lane over to that dump truck. The dump truck now is approaching the West El Camino exit there on 80. And after that, the next exit is going up over the Sacramento River and approaching Reed Avenue. And that's right there where Lisa was mentioning is the CHP Academy.
Yeah, and so who knows what they've got planned for this driver straight ahead, because that does look like a CHP cruiser from this vantage point. Doesn't look like there's a lot of other cars out there. So I wonder if they've already cleared it, ahead, because this is highly unusual. We haven't seen another car now for quite some distance, and they may already have a spike strip out there. You know, in a car of this size, Curtis, if it crashes and it skids across, I mean, that could be deadly. Well, there's a truck right there, but we're not seeing people in front of this. So who knows what they've got planned as this person approaches West Sacramento in the CHP Academy, and then they would have the option to either go right or left, whether they're going to go towards Davis or they're going to go in towards Sacramento. We really don't know why they're chasing this person. Maybe this is a stolen dump truck.
So Live Copter 3 putting the tool up there showing this not considered a high-speed chase at this point, at 55 miles per hour, staying within the speed limits. But right now, heading westbound on Interstate 80. This is approaching the bridge that goes up and over the Sacramento River. They're on the right lane as we approach this bridge after passing the West El Camino exit. And so, yeah, this is right there starting the incline to go up on that bridge as we pull out live here, Live Copter 3. You can see, yeah, we do have other traffic on the road. The CHP cruiser staying several car lengths behind. We see 1, 2. Earlier we saw a third. There's the third CHP cruiser right there.
So again, live pictures from Live Copter 3. If you're just joining us, this is a pursuit of a dump truck. Now it's on I-80. It started on southbound 99, merged onto I-5 southbound, and then merged onto westbound 80, and is quickly approaching West Sacramento as it goes over the Sacramento River right there on that overpass bridge, and then we'll be approaching Reed Avenue, which is where the CHP Academy is located. And then we'll have to wait and see, if they haven't already put out spike strips or pulled this this person over or do a pit maneuver. I don't know how you do a pit maneuver on a big truck like this, but that would be tough. That would be very dangerous. Then we'll see if they're going to head towards Davis or if they're going to head into West Sacramento and downtown Sacramento. But as you mentioned, not going too fast. Looks like just at about,
it's sped up there a little bit. This is the fastest we've seen since we've had that tracker on there at about 70, 75 miles per hour. And so
you can kind of see in the window here, there's a little bit of glare because, of course, we've got the sun today.
Yeah.
This is the first, now we have the sun. A little bit of a glare. So it's hard to tell if there's someone in the passenger seat there, but at least we can see there's nothing in the back of that dump truck.
All right, so as it comes across the river there, it's now on the decline after crossing the Sacramento River. So we have the Reed Avenue exit. Does not appear at this point. It's in that far right, well, now is in the far right lane. I'm trying to figure out if that driver is going to take the exit there. But this vehicle is then approaching that merge, which eventually goes to the Davis Causeway. There will be a choice once the driver gets there, whether it's going to curve back around and start taking that stretch of free. Oh,
he's getting off at Reed?
He is getting off. No, let's see. This is the merger.
This is the
merger with 50 and 80. And
it looks he's going like 50
taking
eastbound.
50. So this is a direction of traffic where most likely you will run into traffic because this is where it's going to, the driver is going to be approaching commuters.
Yeah, so maybe we can even zoom out a little bit if our photographer is listening. Zoom out a little bit. So they'll be going through West Sacramento, approaching Harbor and Capitol, and then right into downtown Sacramento. Although I do say, Curtis, there's probably going to be less traffic here for a longer time than what they would have faced if they went towards the Causeway, because all that construction is still going on.
So I counted now, we have 4 cruisers following this dump truck. You can see they're keeping a distance. At this point, the person is just kind of driving the speed limit or a little bit below as it drives right here on Highway 50. This is that stretch of road that has a million different names. It's considered Business 80, it's considered 50, it's covered soon the WX, but now approaching traffic right here.
Okay, so we're just hearing from CHP. This dump truck was stolen out of Roseville, according to CHP. The dump truck was stolen out of Roseville, which makes sense that it was on southbound 99 because they were probably on one of those back roads that leads from Roseville, like a Riego or something like this. Here it is coming off of the shoulder, and this would be an option where they'd be able to get off and go into West Sacramento, or if they stay in that right lane, they're going to take that little overpass that leads into downtown Sacramento, right near Sutter Health Park, and then the Tower Bridge. And it looks like they may be taking that, but it doesn't look like they're slowing down much to possibly pull over. They're just kind of pushing this thing along. I'm sure that dump truck also can't go that fast.
Right. Well, that was Harbor Boulevard, where it looked like he got on over into the right lane and would have been the lane to merge on to 50 right there. And then now approaching Jefferson Boulevard, where there are some options to either exit or, as Lisa was mentioning, taking
downtown Sacramento. It just literally just says downtown Sacramento. It'll take you right up next to Sutter Health Park, which was formerly Rayleigh Field, and then literally go straight into the Tower Bridge.
Okay, so it looks like the driver is teetering between the slow lane and the shoulder right there as the driver is passing these particular vehicles. And well, it looks like the driver here is opting to stay on 50 instead of taking that exit right there, getting around this driver who probably has no idea they're right next to somebody the CHP is pursuing. Yeah,
because they aren't going exceptionally fast or anything like that. They are going a little bit faster than everybody else, but doing a lot of weaving around traffic. And now people are starting, it looks like, to pull over to the right a little bit, making way for the law enforcement that is following this dump truck at a really safe distance. And as you mentioned, we're seeing 4 vehicles. Look at the other vehicle at the top of your screen. That one's coming around. But yeah, they're going to be approaching the WX freeway, and it's usually pretty congested on the WX portion of Highway 50 eastbound. Unless they get back on I-5, they could get back after they go over the Pioneer Bridge. They could get back on I-5. That's also an option, and then they would be going north or south. We'll have to wait and see what this dump truck driver decides to do. Again, it reported stolen out of Roseville. So this has already traveled quite some way.
All right, so the traffic there on the right is merging on from Jefferson Boulevard, and this driver now in the fast lane of 50 going east and approaching where there would be an option to exit I-5 and go either southbound or northbound through downtown. And at this point, though, that driver is staying in the fast lane.
Yeah, and like I was saying earlier, because this is such a big truck, if it does crash, that's a lot of mass in motion that could create a lot of destruction for nearby cars. This isn't, like a smaller vehicle. And also this is going, relatively speaking, pretty fast for this vehicle as they head over the Pioneer Bridge right now, going into downtown Midtown Sacramento on the WX freeway. And it looks like this driver is going to stay on 50 eastbound and not branch off, because that would have been the exit right there.
So this driver most likely is going to be approaching some traffic of commuters leaving downtown at the end of the workday, because this is right headed toward downtown Sacramento.
Yeah, and there won't be a lot of options for this driver unless they stay on 50. You could try and get back on 99 or the Capital City Freeway, or you're just going to be stuck in this. Or if you exit into Land Park or into downtown, that's going to be a lot harder to get away from officers who are chasing you. But a lot of questions surrounding this. Again, at least it doesn't have a full load in the back of that dump truck.
It is interesting because as it was passing those cars back there, it looked like some cars were pulling over.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I think cars are starting to recognize and see all the lights behind them and start to pull over, because I drive this every day, this portion, and there's no way you're going this fast. People are definitely pulling over and noticing all the flashing lights behind them. And we don't have sound, so I don't know. Maybe there are also sirens going as well, because you could never usually get through that quickly. Unfortunately,
all right, here we go. We got a split screen right here, because this is the Caltrans camera, but you see those flashing lights there on the right, so we have the perspective lowered to the ground, and you can see a lot of red right there. Granted, the lights are starting to come on as the sun sets, but there are usually brake lights through this area during the commute. But overhead, you can see things have really slowed down here. This driver now going about 10, 20 miles per hour we've been seeing from the gauge there in Live Copter 3, and you can see...
And welcome to Fix 50, whoever this driver is. Welcome to Fix 50. This is slow going, and this driver already was able to go a lot faster than what normally people are able to go at any time of day in this portion of the freeway. There's just a lot of construction still going on from Fix 50. But you can see people are definitely yielding to the right, getting out of the way of whatever situation this is. They probably don't know what's going on, but people are definitely doing the right thing and getting out of the way of this driver as they continue eastbound on 50. Doesn't look like they're going to try and go on 99 or on the Capital City Freeway. Looks like they're just staying in that #1 lane.
So you always have to wonder when you're watching situations like these, what is going through that driver's mind. In this situation, you have 4 police cruisers, which I can guarantee could go faster than that dump truck. So at this point, you have to wonder what this person is thinking is the end game as they're driving through commuter traffic right through downtown Sacramento with several police cruisers.
But I mean, why would you even? Why would you even steal a dump truck to begin with? It's hard to even imagine what they're imagining, because doesn't make a lot of sense to me either way. Eventually, hopefully, we'll find out the full story and find out what happened and the situation and why you would ever steal a dump truck. If you're going to try and get away, this is not the vehicle to pick. All
right, so you see that now that driver has gone around those cones on the left. You see, some person stopped there. This is right in the heart of the Fix 50 project. Hit
there
that.
Goes a cone.
Yep, hit that right there. I have not been down there in just a little bit, but I know at one point this was a point where there was a split.
There's not a split there until, the driver's pulling all the way over. So this is the median area where the construction crews do their work, and that's where the construction crews enter. So that's interesting that person even knew that. Maybe they don't realize that cone underneath is not a flat tire. Maybe they think it's something else. So now this person's in the median. This is where all the construction crews, because I know people that work on this, that's where they enter, and then that's where they will normally park their cars because they're working in this median part as you approach 34th, 65th, Howe, that sort of thing. So this driver is no longer going to have to worry about those break-offs.
But we do have to worry about if there are any potential crews who
I got to tell you, I'm not sure if there's an exit point to this, because because this is all construction area right here. So at least this person, oh, unless they went back over. No. They're now in the lane. They exited and now they're in a lane that people actually drive on. So this was one of the splits, Curtis.
Okay.
This is one of the splits because see, you can drive this right now.
Okay.
So this is one of the splits. They were in that little construction area and then they got back on into one of the splits. Because eventually when that little barrier goes down, that will all eventually be westbound 50.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I see.
It's kind of weird right now because you're driving in the opposite direction of what eventually it will be. There's going to be another little split I got to tell you about. There's going to be another little split coming up. And if you stay to one side, you're not going to be able to get off on 65th or Howe Avenue. You're going to have to go on to Watt. But there's nobody there. So I don't know how they got this cleared beforehand. Maybe we could zoom out just to give us some perspective of what's ahead of this driver. If we zoom out, thank you so much. We have the best photojournalists in Live Copter 3. And interesting to see, I mean,
there's no traffic at all.
There's no traffic
in that lane. So, but you see that perhaps a little silver lining by going into that area is they are avoiding all that traffic and potentially avoiding crashes by being in that particular area. But does it look like we have more cruisers now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
I think we still just have 5, yeah. 4 or 5. Oh, we have 6 now. There's a straggler coming behind. The very end, there we go.
Okay.
So I wonder.
And we had that split screen right there where you could see in the distance those flashing lights.
Back in. Now we have 7. Now merging back into traffic. Very interesting. I feel like this is someone who is familiar with this part of Highway 50 because this driver has been able to maneuver this pretty well.
All right, we're looking into the windshield right there.
Ooh, that's
now
a
once
sharp
again
turn.
merging around.
Oh.
Okay, slowing down here, but going around that sign.
It looks like that thing that was in the back too blew off. The thing that was catching wind in the back, that looked like that's no longer there. This is hard to tell if this is that split lane or if this is part of that construction median where they work.
Nonetheless, they are separated from where we see all that other traffic.
Yeah, that's great news.
Hopefully this is a good thing in preventing any other cars from getting involved.
Yeah, because something this big, if it crashes, that's gonna hurt a lot of people.
All right, so once again, what we know about this is this started as a stolen vehicle in the Roseville area. We did get word that this ended up on southbound 99 just north of Natomas and then merged onto southbound I-5 in Natomas. This driver then went through the Natomas area and merged.
It just caught something that's overturned on its side right there, right as it was going underneath that overpass. And it is on its side. And it wasn't going that fast, but it doesn't take much. So it must have just hit something.
Was that concrete barrier that it hit and just flipped on its side?
It's hard to tell, but it's such a narrow area that if you're not slowing down, you're going to hit something. And so it was going through that area, and so we'll see.
It looks like it knocked off the hood of the engine, which is now up. We saw that back tire still spinning. But you can see
those
the
people.
debris.
Yeah, did you see there are people that are jumping over the little white barriers? I'm not sure if that's law enforcement or if those were construction workers, although I think construction workers would already be gone. So you can see all those officers are out of their cars and approaching it already.
Yeah, with potentially guns drawn. You can see the stance of some of those officers as they approach this vehicle. And
is the
there's the driver
getting out?
Okay, the driver down on the ground.
In that orange shirt.
Spread. Legs spread, face down. The officer's approaching with guns drawn. There's a K9 right there as well, and it looks like they are now taking this driver into custody.
That driver got out of there fast.
Yeah, curious how they got out. We didn't see the driver get out through the window area at the top, so I don't know if the windshield broke or how they got out.
We don't know if the driver's the only person in there either. That K9 is ready to go, but I don't think they're going to need the K9.
No. All right, you're watching the conclusion of a chase we've been watching live here on KCRA 3, Live Copter 3, following this chase through the Natomas area, then west through West Sacramento, and then the driver got onto eastbound 50 and continued on eastbound 50. It looks like that driver not seriously hurt, now up on his own 2 feet, walking and now handcuffed. Looks like they did check the inside of that cab, and it doesn't appear anybody else is inside that cab as this dump truck, presumably stolen, is now on its side.